Friends, welcome back to my channel. In my previous videos, we had done exercises on how to create a vendor consignment purchase order and how to post the goods receipt for the consignment purchase order. And after posting the goods receipt, we had seen the stock of the vendor consignment stock in MMBE as well as MB50 for transaction codes. Okay, so now we will take up the next exercise. We will transfer the vendor consignment stock of the consignment material K-100004 to our own stock and display the stock in MMB. And also here, display the consignment stock in MMB before transferring the consignment stock to one stock, and also after transferring the consignment stock to one stock also we will display the consignment stock in MMB. For example, now before transferring the consignment stock to one stock, let us see how does the stock look like in MMB. Okay, here let us say for example here I am in MMB. I will take you to the previous screen here. Okay, put the consignment material, plant and execute here. You can see here that 10 quantity of the material K-100004, we can see it as a vendor consignment. Means it belongs to vendor or it is owned by the vendor. Okay, it doesn't belong to us. Hence, it is shown as vendor consignment stock here in MMB. And also, we can also see the stock in MB54 also. This, immediately after posting the goods receipt, as logistics material management here. The path I am management, environment consignment stock MB54. Here, double click on MB54, input our consignment material, plant and execute. We can see the vendor display consignment stock here. 10 quantity of this material is available as consignment stock in 1000 storage location and the vendor is 50004. This is our material number. Okay. So now we will transfer this vendor consignment stock to one stock and see how does the stock look like in MMB transaction code. Okay. So this is how the stock will look like before the we transfer the vendor consignment stock to one stock. Okay. Now we will go to MIGO transaction code and transfer the consignment stock to one stock. Okay. So here I am in SAP easy. We'll go to MIGO transaction code here. Go to MIGO here. What we have to select in MIGO transaction code? We have to select transfer posting other. Okay. And make sure that this one moment type is 411. 411 means transfer posting. We can see the description consignment to one here. That is the meaning of 411 movement type. Transfer posting consignment to one stock. And here the special stock category should be K. Okay, I will F for this one. Special stock category should be K, consignment. Okay, so to transfer the vendor consignment stock to one stock, we have to use movement type 411 and special stock category as K. Okay, now input the material number. Our consignment material is K-10004. Input the plant. Our plant 9110 storage location here. And destination storage location is also same because we are just transferring the consignment stock to one stock. Okay, and here special stock category is already here K. Okay, now just to press enter. Before that one input the quantity here. What is the quantity? 10. Okay, press enter. See what happens now. Okay, so you will get this pop-up. Continue. Okay, here we have to input the consignment vendor here. Okay, see here, this one below the special stock category K, this field is name of the vendor. Okay, we have to input our consignment vendor, which is 50004. This is also very important. Okay, after input the consignment vendor, press enter. We get this vendor consignment vendor here and the name of the consignment vendor here. It will come here. Okay, so after we input all these details, right? So we have input the material number, quantity, movement type, and special stock category, vendor number, everything is fine. Here select item OK and click on check. document is okay. So we can transfer the consignment stock to one stock. Okay, click on post. Yeah. So material document. Okay. So that means we have transferred the vendor consignment stock to one stock. We can also display this material document number. Here select display. This is the material document number just now generated. Material document, enter, and we can display the material document generated as a result of the you know transferring the vendor consignment stock to one stock. We can see the all the details here. Right here, we can see the material number, then vendor quantity, and in the where tab we can see the moment type. Okay, 411 special stock category K, and here transfer posting consignment to one description also we can see very clearly. Okay, so now after we have transferred the vendor consignment stock to one stock, let us display the stock of the material in MMBE. So this was the stock of the material in MMBE before transferring the vendor consignment stock to one stock. It was very clear in it is very clear in MMBE that this is vendor consignment stock. That means it belongs to the vendor. Okay. After we transferred the vendor consignment stock to one stock, here let us just refresh this one and see how it looks. How it looks? This one, this 10 quantity will go up here in this store, 1000 storage location, and you will not see this vendor consignment line because it now belong to us. We have transferred the stock to our own stock. Okay, so this vendor consignment should not be there. Okay, now I will refresh this one. See, we can see here that this 10 quantity is transferred to our own stock, and it is and this we are owning this one. So we can see this 10 quantity in our 1000 storage location, and no more vendor consignment line in the MMB transaction code. And also after we transfer the vendor consignment stock to one stock, we will not be able to see this consignment stock in MB54. Why? Because in MB54 we can see only if the consignment stock belong to the vendor. That means, before we have transferred the consignment stock to one stock, that time, till that time only we can see the consignment stock in MB54 transaction code. I will show you again here. I am going back here. See, let me go to MB54. So I will input the consignment material plant, and see after after transferring the consignment vendor consignment stock to one stock, see how what happens here in MB54. I will execute. You will see no stock exists for specified data. Why? Because we have transferred this consignment stock to one stock. There is no question of displaying any consignment stock of this material in MB54 transaction. So this is all about how to transfer the vendor consignment stock of consignment material to one stock and display the stock in MMBE, and also what happens if we try to display this consignment stock in MB54. Thank you for watching my video, and soon we will see in the next video where we will do the exercise on settlement of consignment liabilities to consignment vendor. See you in my next video.